Hey, I'm John here in the Boom Crash studio, and I often get asked about my bass drum and what I have set up here for recording. So here's a little explanation of what I have going on. Alright, so this is the main bass drum for the kit. This is the drum that gets hit. This is my Ludwig standard kit here. And then back here I've got what's called a resonator drum. And that has a head on each side of it. This is a 26-inch Fibes fiberglass drum, and you see that it's pretty thin. It's only like 8 inches deep or so. And what that does is, this drum gets played like normal, and you see that there's no resonant head on that. That's one for just being able to position the mic exactly how I want it without interference from a head, but also it lets the sound then travel from that to this drum, and when the main drum gets played, this drum resonates, and that's where you get the sustain or the boom of the sound. And the benefit of doing it this way is twofold. One, on my end, I can tweak the sound of each drum independently of one another. So I can tune this drum however I want to, muffle it however I want to. And you see in there I've got a pillow with a brick on it that is for muffling. And then there's a microphone. That's a Heil PR40 microphone, and that gets the attack of the sound. And then back here I can tune this drum and muffle it however I want to. And this microphone picks up that sound. This is a Advanced Audio FET48 copy. And so I can, like right now I don't have any muffling on this drum. I have these blankets here that I can put up against the head and muffle that sound a little bit. Sometimes I'll muffle this head as well, this other side, if I want more of a dead sound. So this gets the attack of the sound, and then this gets the sustain. And this is helpful to whoever is going to be mixing the tracks, because then they can play with the blend between these two. This mic is pretty directional, so you don't really get a lot of the boom in that mic. This mic picks up the sustain of this drum, but it also has a tendency to pick up a lot of the room. So what I do a lot of times is put a packing blanket over this whole thing. So like from that drum, and cover this drum in a packing blanket, and cover the microphone as well in the packing blanket, and that takes out some of the room sound from this mic. But let me show you what this all sounds like. Alright, so here's how these drums sound all by themselves. I've got a fair amount of muffling on the main drum and a fair amount of muffling on the resonator drum. Okay, so now here's the microphone that's inside the main drum all by itself. And then here's the microphone that's on the resonator drum all by itself. Cool, so now watch, I'm going to take some of the muffling off the resonator. I just pulled those blankets back off the drum. So here's the microphone on the resonator drum all by itself. So you get a fair amount of boom, but you still get the good attack from the main drum. So here's both of them together. Now if I want a boomier sound, I can take some of the muffling out of the main drum. So I just pulled that pillow that's up against this head off the head a little bit. So here's the microphone that's inside that main drum all by itself. Okay, so much boomier. Here's both of them together. Okay, so now you're starting to get the that big boom. But that's basically it. I mean, you see how easy it is, and you see how easy it'll be on the mixing end to blend those two sounds together and get whatever it is you're going for. So I hope that explains a little bit about how I record my bass drums here at Boom Crash Drum Tracks. Thanks for watching. I'll play a little bit so you can hear how it sounds in the kit.